one of the things that, as I'm always doing business, I'll do real estate, but I'm really taking my health to the highest level that I can take it to, right? All right. Hey, look, man, we're going to jump right into it. All right. So right now, today, we are in May. We went to ayahuasca 4 months ago. So we post 4 months in a few weeks, right? And one of the things is that it took us a while to do this. A lot of people know moving parts and all this, but I think the listeners, the people watching this, we want to jump straight in there. And I'm going to set the scene if I haven't already went over it, but I really want to talk about when you go inside in the ayahuasca, what to expect, right? So right off the bat, there's about 80 of us there. They call the women in first. You come in, you'll scan a wristband. This band that you're scanning is for them to collect data, right? Just for the collect data. As you enter inside of when you're going through the ceremony, there was like 100 beds just laid on the floor, like a single mattress bed with you had your cup, you bring your cup like a shot glass for your ayahuasca. There's a blanket, there's a bucket, right, for your purging, and then also there's tissue, right? Everybody got tissues, and all the shamans are sitting around and to make sure they dare to protect, make sure you're good, saying that, throwing up, purging, or whatever the case may be, make sure they cleaning you up and all that. But hey, we're gonna jump in it, man. So I got Adam, I got Pam. We went with a group of us, right? How many was it, Adam? It was
10 of us.
10?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 10 of us. Now remind you when we first started, how many people we have, Adam?
20.
20. 20 people.
Yeah, we lost a few.
Talking about, man, we lost a few, man. We lost 50% of the crew. They fell out, right? And I think because people just know uncertainty, not knowing. I know ayahuasca, like, what is this? Saying why it's not, why I haven't heard of it. I'll tell you one thing. If you live in America, you know about big pharmacists, meds, anything that's going to heal your body, right? Where this right is a plant-based medicine, all right? But, we're going to jump in it. But we're gonna go around because I want to talk about. I know, and I had covered this in clips that day 1, day 2 for me. I didn't get as much, but it's enough for me. I want to turn it over to Adam. Hey, Adam, this is how many times again you did it? We already covered it, right?
11 times.
So these are 11 times. Tell me that week, right? If you were to sum it up, can you in this 11th time, tell me what you experienced?
So going into it, even though you've already done it before, you really don't know what to expect because each time that you do it, it can be completely different from the last. So there's always anxiety going into it. There's always some fear, just the unexpected and not knowing, what you're going to get. And just like all the other times I did go into it was a fair amount of anxiety and fear. Funny, going into it, feeling those things, that seemed to be the theme for my trip. It seemed to be all about fear. While I've dealt with other things in past trips, this one first started out really about you guys, getting everybody else there to help with their stuff and feeling comfort knowing that I was, giving people a shot to get some healing, to help themselves. And then it quickly started to transition in the second night to about me. And then there was Tuesday evening. That's usually the rough one, right? It's when they play the choppy music and things kind of go wild, the room lights up. So that night for me was all about fear. And there was a point where I had felt this overwhelming amount of anxiety. And I thought I was going to pass out. And so
right.
the shaman had come over to give me some help. And I was about to fall over and I'm reaching out. One of the guys had been holding me from falling. And then he just walks away. And when he walks away, I feel like I'm being completely abandoned. And I imagine this has something to do with, what I was there for. But when he walks away, as it turns out, he was just going to give me another bucket. But it felt like he had just completely disappeared and never came back. So there was just this overwhelming amount of fear that I was getting from that at that moment. The shaman came over, they worked on me, they used their potions, all their bag of tricks, and it worked out, and I was able to push through it. But the rest of the night, that theme did come up, and it was all about fear. And for me personally, it resonated with me because I think there's this, I'm at this point in my life to where I feel like I'm trying to get to that next level, and there was just something holding me back, and
Right.
it really opened the door for me to let me know that what was holding me back was just this underlying fear that I maybe wasn't able to identify,
Yeah.
and it shined a light on it, and so it helped me deal with it and get through it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And look, I was there again. They separated the females first. They went in the room. After the males came in. And I was, like I said, the first 2 days I really didn't feel too much. And I look, what's going on over there with Adam? Like, you know what I mean, everybody else like, what's going on? Like, what, because I haven't had anything, right? And I would save my story, my little piece of it, but I'll go with Pam. Obviously, this is a journey that I kind of just been like a new hobby to me, researching anti-aging, longevity living. That's why I got my Whoop watch. You know what I'm saying? This is like you got your Whoop watch. Pam, where your Whoop at? You got your Whoop on? No Whoop. All right, of course.
No work today. No work today.
No work today. All right, but I'm saying this is a new hobby, man, that we embarking on and learning about what's out there in the world of help. So, but I want to shoot it over to Pam, right? Was there any like the most powerful moments or experience during your ceremony, during that time when we was there? Can you like talk about it? How many times you had? Like was it every day, or you want to share what you got to share? Your story, your journey through ayahuasca.
So first, I would like to thank both Diva and Adam for preparing us with all of the counseling, with all of the group settings that help us get this information. So once we got there, we were kind of set up with expectations. So thank you, Diva, for that. So once I did get there, like Adam shared, of course, you're gonna have your sense of you don't know what to expect, but I came open, like I had an open mind. I already had some things jot down because they was like, hey, make sure you kind of write some things down that you feel like you might want to work on, or you just feel like that you've had experiences going on through your life. So I kind of did my homework. So once I got there, even starting out with just the schedule and some of the things that they prepare us with, clean eating, that experience in itself too was great. We missed the first breath work, but everybody was like, 'cause of course we had a group chat. So everybody was like, oh my God, the breath work was so good. So of course that was like, oh my God, I missed it, but it made me want to do it right when it was time for the other days. But I would say, so my first day, like Duran shared, he said, you go in this room and it's just mattresses everywhere. And so I was trying to find my space. And of course, there's other people there. So I did want to be like to myself. I did want to be able to focus on me, because we had group of individuals that we knew. I did not want to be focused on, seeing what they were going through. I was trying to, focus on me. So I would get in each corner. Like I would just find a corner. No one's around me. And it was actually no one to my left or my right. So every time I picked, I always made sure I was in a corner. So, but I would say for me, the first day, it was very slow. I take pride in when I say I follow instructions well. So, any and everything that they were telling us to do, even in the classes and stuff, I'm like, I'm going to do the work, right? You don't fly across the world, and don't try to do the work. So, I was very intentional when I went there to try to do every step that they asked us to do. And so it took a while. So I'm like, oh my God, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, because they give you these steps. And it wasn't until the second cup on the first day. And I went in initially saying, I'm not going to take the second cup. So I don't know what changed my mind, but I was like, okay, let me just do it. So I took the second cup. And then after that, that's when I start feeling it, emerging in me. And I could tell, okay, it's working. Day 2 was slow for me as well. So my highest experience was day 3. Yes. And that was ladies' night, right? Yeah, the night everybody thought, in my husband's word, I'm not going to repeat it, but anyway, ladies' night was my highest peak. And it wasn't until, not during the ceremony, it wasn't until I returned to my room. So you're thinking like, hey, everything is happening when you're in that space. And for me, it doesn't. Like, you're still continuing your journey throughout the day and things like that. So part of everything by the third day, I was feeling how like words that you tell yourself, emotions, like everything was bridging together. Like I could tell and understand everything that I was telling myself. I felt like, my mind, my body, and my soul was all collectively. So we get back to the room. And one thing me and Duran always did, we always, shared our experiences. Like, hey, how was your night? How was your night? So we always did a check-in with each other. And so I don't know if we can share, but we were still on cloud 9 is what I'll say. So I was like, hey, how you feeling? Like we were still, like I said, on cloud 9. And so I was still like telling him how everything was going with me. Well, actually, you shared first, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Duran shared first, so I waited my turn. And then while I'm sharing my experience, and for me, I felt like I was so excited. I was so happy, or in a place where I felt like I was relieved. Like as I'm talking to him, sharing with him, I could feel like my body was like telling me like that was my breakthrough. So there's portions where I can't elaborate on because I kind of went out, and then Duran was able to see the other experience of my breakthrough. As to you gonna share, Duran, or no?
Man, it's your story. I can
I wasn't present for
yeah. So yeah, so
question, so.
yeah, no. So Pam probably had, based off us talking, she probably had one of the highest breakthroughs of going through there. And we was talking, sharing stories. She ended up kind of like passed out, kind of like she was still conscious, right?
Anna, or like
Yeah, yeah, she was out of it, right?
Okay.
And she was out of it. And it was seemed like there was something being released from her. I mean, she went into a like her, she just went into this, like on her knees type.
Lifeless.
Yes, like a lifeless in her knees. Her knees. She was on her knees, and then just something seemed like it just came out, right? And then it lasted maybe like less than 2 minutes. She was going through this, right? I don't know what's going on, right? I'm like trying to hit her, smack her on the face, and again, she was out of it, right? But we I was like, she ended up coming back, right? I was like, did you know what just happened? Like, I'm looking at her, I'm like,
I could tell from looking at his face that there was something that he had seen, experienced from me that I was not aware of. So I'm like, no, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? He was like, Pam, you were gone. He was like, I'm calling your name. I'm telling you to wake up, and you're not coherent, basically.
And in a better way, she was just talking and just drop, boom. You know what I mean?
Yes, like I was really like excited,
having a full conversation. But then you get a little hot, right? And then
yes, that was the key word.
Yeah,
I told him, not too much information, but we were in the shower. But I was like, yeah, it's getting hot. And then, but I was still talking, having a conversation, and then
And then that happened, and then we end up going to make sure you have fluids and all that. But we end up talking and come to find out, like, say, okay, now that's probably the highest. Like, that's when you get through these levels, right? These levels of breakthroughs, what you're doing. You're having a breakthrough. You know what I mean?
It's some relief.
It's a sense of release when you have those. We
Whatever I
actually
was carrying,
right.
whatever, like, I knew what I went there for. I felt like it was released.
Yeah. So we end up, skipping that night, right? That the following night, but the last night, right, which is, I believe that was Friday night,
Yes.
which is the longest. We actually went. We still went. We went at the end to do a special blessing. That's when they individuals go around and saying the shamans bless you. But again, in fact, it was us. I didn't even know freaking Adam. He was sitting right now. Like,
Everybody
he didn't show up. He didn't do it. Yeah, everybody. So I'm up here with Pam, and got my eyes closed, and the shamans is doing their thing. They pray, whatever they're doing. They're doing their thing, doing that healing, this special healing that they doing everyone. And by the time I get up, I look, Adam right here beside me. I was like, how you get here? So yeah, which was the overall experience for me, right? For me was and I was laying down on the first I had two reactions, and I'll be real quick. The first, laying down, and I remember just hearing this music on breathe, and I'm like, here again, man, nothing still ain't happening, and I'm just breathing, and then I'm looking up in the ceiling, and I see different shapes and patterns and colors. I'm like, oh boy, now we cooking, something about to happen, right? So I'm breathing. I was like, please stay asleep. You know what I mean? Or something. Because, I got my eyes closed, and I open my eyes, and my eyes are like literally locked in. I'm looking at this pattern, and I take this breath, this big breath, like, and then my mouth just remained open. So I'm breathing in and out my mouth now, like that. And then I just started to see something come out the ceiling, right? Like this magical, clear, foggy, different colors, right? And what it did is it literally go and hit me right here, and kind of like you feel something like you're having surgery, because they said that some people are gonna have surgery, right? I thought, what you mean somebody's gonna have surgery? And guess what? That's what I went through. I went through the process where it went in, right? And it just started going in. You feel it inside your stomach, inside my left side, and then it patched me up, and then it went up again. It went up under my rib cage, and I was like, what in the world just happened? And then after that lasted about 40 minutes or so. And then right after that, there's photos of pictures to start. I'm seeing so many people just popping up. And that's when the picture popped up of this guy that I just met with, that I was going to actually hire to bring on my team, and said, this person is not for you. Just like that. Like this person is bad. You know what I mean? Just not going to be a good person to be in your business. And then it said, you built this business. You said you need to protect the people around you in your company that you built. Like literally, like it gave me the answers. You know what I mean? So I had that breakthrough, and then they call it ladies' night, women's night. Again, I was on cloud nine. I said, you know what? I guarantee if I go outside, nobody's going to be in there. Because, during this whole thing, people just getting up, they walking around. And I used to go outside. I'm like, man, I'll be out there. The first 2 days out there, twirling my thumb. I'm just waiting. Like, I'm ready for this thing to be over with, because I didn't have a breakthrough yet. And I'll never forget, able to try to get up, and I couldn't get up. I was like on the bed. I'm like trying to lift up. I can't get up. And then eventually, I was like, yo, I got to get up. But I guarantee no one is outside tonight. And I went outside, and there was no one. Almost 100 people there, 80-something, 90 people. There was no one outside but the shamans, right? Except for that one kid, the one guy, the Asian guy. I forgot his name.
Asian.
What's his name, Adam?
I forgot his name, but yeah, he was the one outside.
Yeah, he was out there. He goes all the time. He was out there, doing his thing, but there was nobody else out there. Nobody. And I literally, something said, hey, walk this way. And it was telling me hey, like kind of my military days, perimeter bend and come back, and I don't walking and I'm finding things out. You know, I was seeing things triggered like sensors, and like that's a sensor right there, and you didn't know it was a sensor. Like, and you heard it, and everything is like going slow motion. I was able to predict things before it even happened. You know what I mean? Which was a call in a special power that I always have had. You know what I'm saying? That I don't share that much, and that doesn't happen all the time. But I do have that, which I'm blessed with. But ayahuasca for us. It's and hear other people's stories is pretty amazing. You know what I'm saying? Just to listen to some of these stories of, these people come from all the way around the world, and they open up, they share their stuff, and they're trying to get healed, and they're trying to become better. And and just, it's not just anxiety, but this thing can heal all types of things like cancer, or it's a medicine. How long did medicine stay in your body? Like up to how many was it?
6 months, right?
At least, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so you have it in your body, your bloodstream for you said 6 weeks or 6 months?
6 weeks, and
It's week.
yeah, and it can be longer than that. And they say that it's working the whole time that it's in your system. So
Right.
long after you leave, it's still working.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like doesn't seem like I connect is like obviously to my higher self. But do y'all have anything that y'all like to share? Anything else, like maybe a moment that you can, maybe it's another moment that you maybe connect to higher ancestors, or I know Pam, we talked about, even like you talking to, I think you saw like, didn't you say something like Obama and Martin Luther King and all that?
Images. Yes, it was images of great people, right? So now it's just in my head. I felt like it was like Martin Luther King, Coretta Scott. It was Barack Obama and Michelle. So my takeaway was I know you are a very influential person. So I took away from it like that's the path of greatness that is in you. And I think it was like preparing me, like as your wife, that's what I need to be looking towards. That's what I took away from it. But also other images I would see, and it's crazy how everything connected. I would see like family tree, and the place where we ate at, it was called Roots. And so, of course, like even Rhythmia, it has the picture of it is basically like a family tree, and it has roots at the bottom. But I did a lot of that with, like, family is very important to me. So I was able to see my family dynamics as far as from past, even current to like where our relationships is, even with our children. And then, focusing on how I want that to be in the future. So that's kind of like some of the things I took away.
Yeah, and Adam, man. So those that's watching this, man, because one of the things that as I'm always doing business, I'll do real estate, but I'm really taking my health to the highest level that I can take it to, right? For me, my family. But someone's watching this and they want to, they thinking about going to do ayahuasca, right? What are some practices they can prepare? Because again, shout out to Diva. Oh, by the way, Diva is currently what Diva at? Where your wife at right now? How about
She is at Rhythmia right now.
She can't be present. Yes.
So she is in a breathwork class right now as we speak at Rhythmia.
So she's at Rhythmia right now as we speak right now. She went back again. So we just left for a month. She back there again with your daughter.
Yep.
Right. Aaliyah is there too as well. But so practices, you just said breath work is one of them. But what are some things that people can do? Again, Devo, shout out. She did a great job on preparing us, right, to get ready for it. But can you share so those listen?
Yeah, so definitely breath work. I would say is number one. Because that prepares you for going through the tough parts of it, because you need to focus on your breath, and that'll kind of help push you through to the other side. Meditation definitely is going to help. And then diet, you need to be in shape and you need to be eating the right stuff. You don't want to go there feeling like crap. And there is a special diet that they recommend that you follow anyway, so that you get the most out of it. If you put those components together between the meditation, the breath work, and the diet, you'll be prepared, and it's going to help you mentally prepare too. And then also just doing your homework. really knowing like, what to expect, what the process looks like, that can at least remove some of the anxiety, right? There's still going to be a surprise once it hits you, but leading up to that, just really understanding the process and how things work, and who's going to be there to help you. The shaman, or having them there and knowing that they're there is especially helpful. So yeah, I would say you put all those things together and you'd be prepared.
Yeah, and I say journaling too as well.
Yeah.
And another thing too for me, all right, and I put this down as far as my comments, because again, I'm from North Carolina. You know, what I'm saying I grew up around one kind of culture. I didn't really get exposed to other races and culture until I joined the military, and I didn't know nothing about ayahuasca or what was a shaman or anything like that until I met Adam and his wife, and obviously explained, but I think I didn't do enough research to what to expect. So, when I was there, I was like, I felt like, I'm like, hold on for a minute, man. Like, we gonna do, and I'm like, again, like, you gotta know the culture, how they dress, what I'm saying? And, I wasn't expecting some of that. So, I think like part of one of my AR comments was, was for them, Rhythmia, to be able to have the shamans come in class to introduce themselves, introduce their culture, what I'm saying? So people can't expect, what I'm saying? Instead you said somebody dressed up all black serving you stuff with it. You know what I mean? Like hold on for a minute. What we doing here? But it was definitely was a journey. I do, ask both of y'all, as pay on first, do you feel like that you will return back to Rhythmia or to do other plant-based medicine like ayahuasca?
So I will answer the first question about returning. I would say I went there. I feel like I got what was expected from my breakthrough. So right now I'm in a great space, with everything that I have going on. So me personally, I wouldn't return unless, of course, there's something that's going on in my life where I feel like, okay, now at this point, I need to return. Plant-based, again, something, yes, I would. Like you said, we've been looking into more cleaner eating. I got a juicer for my birthday, Adam. So
And Norma J2, shout out Norma J2, get you one.
So I've been enjoying that. It's been very good, very clean. So yeah, I'm very open to more natural things without a lot of research and stuff that we're.
I don't know. I even seen you ask Adam. Like he got the T-shirt. He's like pro at there.
But again, I feel like if there was trauma or something in my life, I feel like I would have a place to return, to know what to do. Or even if I don't return, I have the steps to be able to, do it if I had to do it at home. I think I got the tools and the resources.
Okay. Now, so we're gonna wrap this up, all right? And when we wrap it up, I got if I'm gonna ask y'all both. I start with you, Adam.
Yeah.
If someone is thinking, about is considering coming, right? They considering coming and what would you tell that person who's considering to take this journey, but they unsure though? They unsure. To go down the path. What would you tell them?
I think like anything that you're anything new that you're wanting to get into, if you talk to some people that have already done it and get as much information as you can, that'll help you make a better educated decision. So, talk to myself, talk to you guys, anybody in our group that's gone, reach out to us. We're happy to talk to you. We can, give you some advice on what to expect, give you our experiences from it. And if you do that, you prepare yourself, then you can have a great experience. And I think anybody who thinks they maybe have some trauma they need healed, some serious stuff, all the way to just a business person who's entering the next chapter of their life and they're looking for a breakthrough, or they're trying to answer some tough question in their head. To your point, you actually had a business decision come up during a ceremony. And so this isn't just for somebody that's looking to heal trauma. This is for somebody who's just looking for answers or hoping for some guidance. It really is an interesting plant. And all of the things that it can offer you, not just healing trauma, and it can help you just break through to that next phase of your life.
Yeah, and to cap off with Adam's point, I would say it's a very personal journey.
Yeah.
Like, you would have to know you're not going there for no one else. Like, you really are doing this for yourself. So when people are setting goals, very personal to themselves as to where they want to see themselves in life, like Adam said, in business, with your family, like whatever it is, I think this is a great step in that direction, because it's all about you. Like, you're doing the work, you're seeing the results. And not only, it's very easy to do things in a controlled environment, right? I said that because, when you go to Rhythmia, you're away from distractions, or you're just away from work, you're away from your family, you're away from everything. So they give me the time to do the work. So after that is done, there's still support that they continue to provide you when you do leave. So just being mindful that, yes, there is that place and space, but you as an individual, when you're going, you still have to return back to reality. So you still want to continue those implementations of those things that Adam talked about even prior to getting there. Start eating clean, doing your meditation, breath work. So when you return, you still have to do those things to get the continued results that you felt while you were there, right? So you want to get to that space, you want to get to that relief, but you want to keep it and continue it. You want to be able to maintain it.
And Dee, I have one quick update for you, and this really speaks to how serious they take their business over there, and how serious they take feedback from people. So the feedback that you gave them at Rhythmia, I just got updated from Diva. They implemented every single thing that you suggested.
Really?
Yes, all of those changes have now been implemented. It was every single thing that you brought up to them.
Oh, wow, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
No, that's great. It's great. That's great. That's phenomenal. All right, listen up. So first off, I want you to make sure you like and subscribe this video, because what me and Pam is doing, we embarking on this. We're going to be going over around the world, finding the best treatments, the best medicine. Our next trip here is next month. We'll be flying out June. We'll be going to Turkey, to the Memorial Hospital. And we're going to be doing what they call the VIP checkup, or the top executive checkups. And this is going to give us a medical checkup from A to Z. I'm talking about I'm talking about everything from genetic testing to food sensitivity testing, heart, lungs. I'm talking about everything. And the price is a fraction of cost. I think we're spending about, Pels, because she's a female, is about almost $4,000, doing the $3,000. But they also have a $1,000 packet too, called the VIP one. And we doing the full body, everything A to Z, which is their highest packet. And it's $3,000 for males, $4,000 for females. And we're gonna record. We're gonna make sure we're gonna do another podcast. I'm gonna get a camera guy so we can make sure we record all this, so we can get this information out. And we also will be going out later this year. We'll be going to stem cells, where we'll be doing stem cells in Panama too as well. I know Rhythmium, they do stem cells, but I've been searching, trying to figure out who is the best of what we're looking for. Again, we'll be sharing, our goal is, everybody's always talking about making money, but you also want to live a healthy life, and most important, a clean life. So with that being said, that's a wrap, man. Appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Have a great day.
See you guys.